Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Actolon, and welcome to the poetry meeting once again in Dalaran this time, with our lovely host Bertel, who is currently preparing for it all. So, let's meet once it's started. The sign-offs are closed, so the meeting will start. I've seen a small handful of gathering people, which means there isn't that many, but still. I have seen some of our favorites. You can see them very likely in the chat as well. But I'm curious to see who else will be there. And if there will be people joining later on. We know we will get one from Berto. And that's more than enough. Sadly, the FPS in Dalaran are atrociously bad. As usual. This is just moments away from starting. Alright. In all honesty, I'm super happy that the weather is getting better. Like having a warm weather, wearing just a shirt over the day. It feels so good. I'm not gonna lie. But I'm guessing as well that is the reason why not many people turned up today. Because on warm days, summer and so, people don't tend to play games. But that's alright. Welcome to the, I lost count, maybe 133rd meeting ever in Stormwind, and more recently now also Dalaran Poetry Appriciation Society. The meeting will get a bit shorter than usual today. Oh dear, I'm guessing it's because there isn't many, or maybe he doesn't have the time as usual. So I do have a few extra poems I can recite. Thank you! I'm guessing either Bertel doesn't have the time today, or it's just getting to him that there isn't that many as of recent. As usual, I will start out by opening the meeting with a poem, and then the others will take turns according to the sign-up list. If there is more time, people who didn't get on the sign-up list will may have their turn. And as traditional is, the meeting will conclude with a small firework display. Excellent. So first poem of tonight was written by my good friend Pixie Whimsy Way. who unfortunately couldn't be here tonight, so she asked me to recite it for her. Oh, I love her poems. She makes great ones. She's also LGBTQ, so that's phenomenal. It is titled Calendar Dates. Ah, interesting, interesting. I never seen one to settle down. Dating around in a fly-by-night fashion. My heart is stuck in a loop. What do I smell? Is it that poop? For my love life is like a calendar. Quite literally, too. Let me tell you about how I fell in love. And dated the 12 months of the year. January 1st, it started off with a bang. But the party quickly died, and our relationship went cold. Things were heating up again, but spring is too far away. I left her sitting in the snow, waiting for the new year. February next was a short and sweet affair. The highs were high in the festival of love. I'm still not sure if that was last day ever lasted. In my confusion, I leapt ahead and moved along. March brought life and warmth to my time of need. We went to see the ducklings and downy willow trees. The chills still stuck around and I really needed sunshine. He still called for my name when I decided to march on. April was my sweetest crush. Oh, I miss her so. The golden fronds of flowers framed her lapin lust so well. And while the ravishing was always fun, I had to leave her because of the exhaustion. May came after, and I needed change of pace. So orderly and beautiful, but not quite summer yet. Alas, to me she was only ever a rebound. In in anticipation of warmer times to come. June. Now here is a girl I adored. We had blue skies, warm seas, and ice cream galore. Now that I came to think of it, I only left her cause she was just a summer flirt, and also was just the first. Then I met July, the hottest of them all. Rude. In her presence I could always count on being drenched. But all that heat and sweat quickly gets old. She somehow made me really miss the cold. August was fruity and always in season. We picked berries, nuts and shrooms. But the heat was already draining out. And I left him for the fall. September was an unusual girl. We lived in a dreamy headspace. of vacations that had already ended. But days grew bleaker, and so did, too, my heart. October saw me creeping out. Our romance and all. But finally, the mask came off. And our relationship had died. November saw my darkest hour. So we found solace and thanks in one and another. The end inched ever closer on me. So I spared her from the snow. December was the last in line. The gifts, the food, it kept getting better. But on the final day, I left her. For a whole new year of ups and downs. So, that's my love life. It's quite true. It's all quite true. And every year I'm going to the motions. January, February, March and April. May, June, July and August. September, October, November, December. They are all with me, here in my heart. And also in my calendar. Nice one. I did not expect any less from Whimsy Way. Next up is our big old friend, Eurytus Moonlands. I already remember 3 of his poems, and always they were fascinating. Good evening all, pleasure to be here in front of you all once more, if you haven't already. Oh wait, it was battle. Ipsy daisy. I would like to start this by asking each and every one of you to give yourself a good pat on your back, for I admire how all of you are managing to be here tonight, at the place to share poetry and for all of us to make merry. In a world where there is so much conflict and strife, it's easy to forget the moments that bring us simple pleasures. Yet here we all are, enjoying ourselves while telling stories and showing it through smiles we carry. Sure, call me sentimental, call me a goof, but I have seen firsthand what happens when someone denies themselves such experience. I believe most of us do, so yeah. This world is only as dark as we let it be. Inside of us all, we carry all our own light. True. Let it shine bright. Let it shine bright, and when the moment calls for it, allow it to combine with those of others. And through that, we can all make it through even the darkest night. Bitch, I enjoy the dark. I am the darkness. Take a moment to think of a happy memory. Shape it in your mind and take a look at it. No thanks. Most of you will instinctively smile, or perhaps even grin. But one thing will show for all of us, the glint in our eyes. Not me. My eyes are dead. Fear not like you have to contain it. It is not something that makes you vulnerable. That? Vulnerable. The opposite, in fact. True. We all deserve those moments. We all need those moments. I don't. And if you ask me, I say those are all true prize. So embrace the nice things in life and smile towards the oncoming days. Pass. And no matter how much some things will try to push it down, keep your head up always. Nah. Thanks for the kind words to the viewers. Next up, another fan favorite, Violet. Lemon, the contest. Contest? Good evening, everyone. So, after musing about good timber, shadows, Winterfell, and war, something different made me ponder how sometimes we find ourselves lost and broken when we lose something or someone dear to us. And sometimes all you need is a change in perspective that got me thinking and scribbling. If it is of substance or just rambling for the lack of sleep, I shall let you be the judges of that. So we wither and we fall like an autumn leaf, torn asunder by deep sorrow and painful grief. How could we go on and even find a way to be strong? Searching for a way to again enjoy life's sweetest song. Stumbling and falling through a dark and empty life. Where all that we know was war, the hardship and strife. Like sun's rays through darkest clouds over an ocean vast. Broken light, guiding us from our encumbering past. Unexpectedly, like sun and moon, we collided. In an instant our shared pain and sorrow subsided. Gently tearing down all those walls I had built. Freeing me from the chains of all this crushing guilt. Silently filling my cracks and sating that deep desperate need. Within the crater of my heart you planted hope, lovely seed. And even as each other's broken, shattered hearts we feast. But in your eyes I find comfort and the beauty to your beast. I think there will be time for me reciting an additional poem before next contributor on the sign-up list. Something completely different though. This was sent to me a while back. By someone who signed themselves Dido Doodlemeister. Dildo Doodlemeister. It is titled In the Name of the Greater Good. Oh shit, the Crusaders. I'm curious about this one. Though I suspect it might be the same person who signed themselves Dodo Doodle Dooper and sent me that poem I opened up the meeting in Stormwind last month reciting. Oh, I think I remember. Anyway, in the name of the greater good. In it, every single point that is dropped on the floor sticks like candy floss. Its fate ironic circus ring to later manifest itself in a clownfish grimace as a diversionary maneuver. Oh, diversion. From the embarrassing banality of existence, Calico Thermatorque rides across Triangleton Vale. Oh. On their wheeling motor crisscross cycle, doped on blood. There you go. Awed applause, breaking the barrier of sound, are heard. As the heroic rider at long last crosses the finish line, and collapses, bleeding from every single body opening, surrounded by the unanimous condemnation of the Doping Control Committee. That's all. That was an odd one. I am confused. I'm very confused. Next up, Hardy Lester. I would go again with a joke, but I won't. Yeah, I'm singing way too much. To write a good article, take a handful of grit, plenty of time, and a little of wit. Take patience to set it and stir it all up with a ladle of energy, then fill a cup with kind thoughts and helpful thoughts, merry thoughts too, with bright words and wise words and words strong and true. Mix all these together and then add some spice. Some good news, some funny news, all the news that's nice. For some reason I have a melody in the head for this one. Nice one though, Hardy. Appreciate it.
Oh, tears! Oh! Okay.
Phenomenal greetings to the little Didi once again. We know that she has the beautiful art of walk. Diddle-dee and diddly-dum. Here is a Didi full of rum. Thankful of evening cheer as well as dwarven beer. Visiting the taverns of the town, the last one being here. After a night of fun and drinks, enjoying a shot and the sound of the glasses clinks, she stumbles out the door on this very wobbly floor. Her feet unsure which path to take. To the next tavern or home for a break. Diddly and diddly dum. Which road to take, with path to run. A plethora of options unfold. Which of these will be the story about to be told? An unsteady step taken, a thought flashing, it all went so fast while the ground came up-rushing. Reflexes sharpened, hand grasping to avoid a trip. An arm pulls her up from the fall into the pit. It was her arm clinging to a bush. Her balance shifts, her boots slip in a hazy rush, toppling over into the leafy moor, getting knocked out by a hit to the jaw. An evening well joyous and complete, sleeping snugly in a thorny sheet. I can relate to that probably. And it is a time for someone who we didn't see for a long while. Based on the... But I won't sell him out just yet. It is time for Ushnar Indibor. And for some reason I wanna read him as a Shuruk. Shuruk. Oh. How sweet a shepherd's lot. From the morn and evening he strays. Oh shit, he's fast. He shall follow his sheep all day, and his tongue shall be filled with praise. For he hears the lamb's innocent call, and he hears the eve's tender reply. He is watchful while they are in peace, for they know their shepherds is nigh. Oh, mixture, okay. No idea what that is. I just know my FPS dropped to 30 for some reason. Oh well. finished. Maybe then it's gonna take effect. But I can tell right now that it's the notes that making me have massive FPS drops. Turns out it's not the notes, it's some other reason that I can't right now, so I'm sorry for the lower FPS, which are fucking visible as hell. We're around 30-40-ish. So the next up is Frank. Good evening, I have a choice of both tonight. I want all of you to decide. Call out for a song or a poem. A good option, but I have no idea. Still pisses me off though, honestly. The poem it is. Alright. Has anyone here been to Terramore back when it was still a shining bastion of hope and not a crater? No, nope, sadly not. But I mean, oh, it's better. Better. I was fortunate enough to call it home for a while. This odd order is dedicated to the familiar faces and their favorite words in that good port. Perhaps you may still remember them. Your feet are tired, so rest aside. Come warm up by the fire at Shady Rest. You will be impressed, as you are treated like the best of guests. He will bring you meat, he will bring you beer, a grinning face from ear to ear. He served us all from year to year. We call him Smiling Jim. Where music sings and laughter rings, over a feast the envy of the kings. I proposed a toast in a raccoosed post that no finer inn on swamp can host. He will bring you meat, he will bring you beer, a grinning face from ear to ear. He served us all from year to year. We call him Smiling Jim. Then came the race, a deadly blaze, during Shady Rest's last days. Oh, Smiling Jim, he lost it all to the flames, so cruel and tall. He will bring you meat, he will bring you beer, a grinning face from ear to ear. He served us all from year to year. We call him Smiling Jim. Now Smiling Jim, he smiles no more. His heart is cold and sore. Teardrops fall on the floor. We called him Smiling Jim. A nice poem, I give you that. And the last poem for this month is a lady named Elaine. She claims it to be brief. I doubt that. Everyone who claims it to be brief tends to have a fucking long one. But hey, at least she had it up her sleeve. A poem in tradition of Silvermoon, a sonnet I have named. Among the stars in heaven's dark, that endless sea of silver, thread of coldest lights, souls could find solace, and tranquil spark, may bolster those needing might and respite, yet when elusive hope is all, when distant nights seem closest friend, consider instead a worldly recourse. Heed not that heavenly call of the strong and weak, the young, the old. All may find solace in the silver reprieve. Yet should we all depend on their coldness, the bright flames of ours may be all too brief. Seek distant beauty when strife is upon you, but never forget your part in a better tomorrow. True. Good one.
Oh my fucking god, that's genius!
I thank all for coming and watching, of course. And this is the end for our lovely meeting, of course. And I will see you next month in Stormwind. And I believe it will be 11th. No wait, 10th. 10th of June. Interesting. This is over for the poetry meeting on the unlucky Friday. Hope you have a nice weekend and relax a little bit.